Yeah, is that what it's called?
You're asking me? Hey, listen, you could tell me just
Well,
about
welcome,
anything. I'll say
welcome.
it. Now we're being recorded. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our business briefing this Monday evening. It is 9:01. We're going to let everybody get in the room. We are absolutely thrilled that we are going to have two wonderful presenters, Miss Sonora Dantzler out of the Colorado market and Mr. Jim Tanner out of the Northeast market. They're going to be tag teaming this tonight, and it should be a wonderful meeting. But we are going to give everybody another minute. If you'd like, throw into the chat where you're zooming in from. I can tell you I am from the Canton, Ohio area. If you're not familiar with that, it's about 60 miles south of Cleveland or Lake Erie. And the Pro Football Hall of Fame is in Canton, Ohio, and I get to volunteer there every summer when we have the Enshrinement Festival, if anybody cares. Anyways, again, welcome to our business briefing this evening. It is 9/25, 2023, and I would like to take the time to introduce the marketing manager of the Colorado Springs area for the first part of this presentation. She hails out of Colorado. I'm sure she'll give us more of her story as she goes through the presentation this evening. Welcome, Ms. Sonora Dantzler. Sonora? Unmute,
Well,
please.
hello. There we go. Well, hello, and welcome, everyone. I'm just so excited to be here. And thank you so very much, John, for that introduction. So, definitely, hey, everybody, as you just heard, my name is Sonora Dantzler, and I make my home here in Colorado Springs with my husband and our 1.5 kid. Well, how do we have 1.5 kids? You want to know? Well, real quickly, we have juniors still left in the house. We have a junior in college, a junior in high school, but our junior in college is usually only home for the summer break and for winter break. So she's usually home about 3 months out of the year. So that's why she's a half kid. And we're starting to downsize and really excited, but nobody's really counting that 2 years and 3 months left to go. And I started working in this business about almost 4 years, about 4 years ago, a little bit over 4 years. I took a look at some information, which is what you guys are here today to take a look at as well. And I was a little skeptical, and I looked at it and I go, okay, well, let's just take a look at it and kind of see where we go. I was working in corporate America about 60, 70, 80 hours per week. Seriously. And I'm sure a lot of you can definitely relate to that in corporate America. As a matter of fact, if you're still relating to it, or if you can relate to that, put a number one right there in the chat for me. And I was missing everything. I was missing all of the important things that were really important to me. I was missing my husband. I was missing my family. I was missing my faith, my fitness, finances, all the important things. And then I saw this information and I said, hey, you know what? I could probably do this in my spare time, and it'll definitely fit into my very busy life. Well, fast forward till today, I'm still extremely busy with all of that stuff I just mentioned to you before, but I'm able to work this business part time. As a matter of fact, John just alluded to some of the things that I do here in my local market. I'm a market manager. I hold events, I host events, and I share the information, the opportunity, as well as our products and services with small business owners, their employees, and their families. The best exciting part to me in regards to that, however, is all of the differences that I get to make in all the lives that I touch. And it's just so fulfilling. And every day I have that opportunity to share that information and to make a difference. So, what is that information? You're probably going to ask. So, let's get right into it. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here and get it going so that I can share with you the information that was shared with me. Let's see, we're going to get it right up here right now. Voila, and there we are. So again, someone thought so much of you to invite you this evening to your opportunity and your freedom. So right now, the world has forever changed. We are currently right now in a work from anywhere revolution. So what does that mean? You can work anywhere, at home, full-time, part-time, spare time, and everyone right now, they're looking for income opportunity, maybe additional income, maybe a supplemental income. People are looking for more flexibility. They're looking for more time to spend with their family and all the things that are important to them. They're looking for more independence. And right now, isn't it time that you want to have a backup plan? Maybe you want to have a plan B or maybe even a plan C to Z. But right now, I know that a lot of you guys are familiar with the different types of income that are out there, but are you working for the right type of income? So there's three forms of income, and the first one, I'm sure a lot of you are definitely familiar with. That's where you're trading time for money. You go in, you work a certain amount of hours, you get paid for it, and that's that. And then the second type of income is leveraged income. You work with a team. There's a huge amount of income potential. And something that you're more familiar with would be like realtors and brokers. And then there's our insurance agents and brokers. Those people go out every day and they work with their communities, helping and servicing with the members in their community with their services. And then there is residual income. Well, yeah, that is part of the residence as well too. But residual income, well, that is my favorite right there. You can use residual income as being part of a retirement plan. And that's where you're doing something one time and then you're getting paid for it over and over. So something you're more familiar with would be like an author when they're writing a book, or even a music artist, or even writers that are writing scripts and stuff like that. So when you're looking at different things and looking at opportunities, you want to have a whole bunch of your boxes probably checked off, right? Of course you do. There's 5 areas that you want to evaluate. So you want to evaluate the company. Is it a company that's strong, that's been around for a while? Do they have a need, a product, a service that's a need in the marketplace? What about the product that they're offering? Is it something that people need? And the compensation, yes, that is key. That is also important. And the timing, is the timing right? I'm here to tell you that right now it is your time. But before I go a little bit further than that, I want to share with you a little bit of information about our company. Right here, you see a picture of our founder, and it's Mr. Harlan Stonecipher. He started this business literally from an accident. As you can see right there, he had an accident where he was hit, and he had all the things that he need to have in order if things didn't go the right way. He had his medical insurance, he had automobile insurance, and he even had life insurance just in case things didn't go the right way. But what happened was that the lady that hit him, and she got the ticket, by the way, she decided that, well, she was going to sue him because that's what they told her that she should do. Well, Mr. Harlan Stonecipher felt that that just wasn't fair. So this is how our company was born. More than 50 plus years ago, we were established in 1972, as I just mentioned before, by an accident. We're currently protecting in the US and in Canada and all the provinces there over 4.4 million lives, and it's growing. And what's our vision? To provide equal access and liberty, equality, opportunity, justice. But don't just take it from me. If you look right there on the screen, you see you can look in Bloomberg, Forbes, Yahoo Finance, CNBC, and we have A+ ratings. So what I want you to do is think about disruptive innovation. What comes to mind? Well, Amazon. I'm sure a lot of you guys are very familiar with that. You probably order something today, it's at your doorstep tomorrow, or you order something in a 2 days or so, and there you go. That's all you do. You use your phone, you order it, it's back, it's there. Well, what about the music industry? Well, we've got Spotify that's available. You can use it from your phone, and you don't have to go out and purchase CDs. Okay, so I'm telling my age a little bit, or 8-track tapes and stuff like that. But there's also other music apps that are out there as well too, like YouTube Music, etc. But these companies that you've heard of, they made things simpler, easier, and more affordable. Well, what about the legal industry? That's where we come in. And as you can see on the screen right here, we have an app. It's very simple. You just tap your app, you have access to your phone, you have access to your phone, to your firm. It's just that easy. And next, sorry about that, everybody. Screens are moving a little bit faster than I am, but that's okay. So I'm just so excited anyway. We're going to still tell you all about it. So couple of things just to pant a few questions to you is that have you ever experienced where you were being treated unfairly and you said, hey, I would like to speak to your supervisor? What about you got a notification saying that your personal information was compromised? With all the different breaches that's going on, it's definitely been compromised and all of your personal information is out there. What about yourself, or do you know someone who has been a victim of identity theft or had an insurance claim denied because you thought that it was covered? If you had a question about your credit score, or have you ever been hacked on social media? These are just little minor things that have occurred, or maybe you know someone who it's occurred with. But what we would like to show you, as well as introduce you to and invite you to, joining our collective buying power of millions of people that pay a little bit every month. They're able to access attorneys, not by the hour, but by using the collective buying power. And what is that, you ask? It's our services called Legal Shield. It's one of our flagship products. As I mentioned before, we have an app. All you do is you tap the app, you are able to access services for any type of personal legal actions. It starts with unlimited number of personal issues where you can contact your law firm. If you need documents and contracts reviewed, they'll be able to do that for you, as well as possibly do a letter or make a phone call on your behalf. Other events that you may use your services for is for traffic assistance in violations, as well as getting your estate planning, your living will, your healthcare power of attorney, all completed for you and also included in your plan. We also have tax audit assistance, 24 hours 7, 365 emergency assistance, as well as family domestic services. So if you have an uncontested divorce or adoption, separation, or name change, about 90 days, you'll have the service, and then we'll be able to get those taken care of and questions answered for you. If we don't have some of the information that I have listed here that's not covered, it's still going to be covered in our 25% members discount. How much is it, you ask? Less than $1 a day for $29.95. That's it. That's what I said. About $1 a day. We also have business plans that are available for your small business as well too, and your employees, as well as for their family. So who's covered, you ask? The member, if it's an individual, and if it's a family, it's going to also cover your spouse, domestic partner, your never married dependent children under the age of 26 living at home, or full-time student. As I mentioned before, our daughter is away at college, and it covers her if she should ever need to tap the app and use the service in any type of situation or an emergency. Dependent children under the age of 18 for whom the member is a legal guardian, or physical or mental disabled children that are also still living at home. Our next flagship product that I'd like to introduce you to is our ID Shield. And what is ID Shield? Is exactly what it says. It's the service that is going to monitor and also give you alerts for information dealing to your passport, your social security number, your driver's license, usernames, passwords, emails, social media. Yes, I did say social media. And also, it's also going to give you information in regards to your social media reputation, which is also important because there's some things that you could have possibly had on social media and you just kind of weren't exactly sure that that's who you want people to see you as. And it could have been something very innocent or something that happened years ago. With our ID Shield services, it gives you notification on that information, and then it will give you an alert. If your services or if any of those things are ever compromised, not only are we going to help and assist you with a licensed private investigator who's going to do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to restore your identity back to its pre-theft status. Comprehensive restoration is what I said it does. Completely gets you restored back to pre-theft status. There's also a $3 million protection plan for that as well if you should have any type of identity theft related losses. On top of those services with our ID Shield, we also have the VPN Proxy One, as well as the password managers, so that you'll be able to utilize all of the Wi-Fi networks that are out there. And it's going to be able to monitor you and also let you know and give you any type of notifications if something has occurred. When you have the services put together, the Legal Shield as well as the ID Shield, you're also going to get the credit counseling and education as a bonus. You have your privacy management as well there. And how much is it? It's as simple as it says right there on the screen. If you're an individual, it's the $19.95, and a family, it's going to cover the family right there for as much as $34.95 per month. So who's covered? Again, individual, it's the member, and if it's the family, it does also protect you, the member, as well as your spouse, domestic partner, dependent children up to the age of 18. The dependent children will also be covered from 18 to 26 for the restoration, as well as the consultation if anything should also occur. The next part that I would like to share with you that we also offer with our services is member perks. What is member perks, you ask? Well, let me tell you about member perks. I get always excited because I get to save on spending that I do all the time anyway. As you can see right here on the screen, there are over 400 vendors that are going to give you discounts on things that you use all the time. As a matter of fact, I just saved a little bit. About a week ago, I had to make some copies at Office Depot. I don't even know how much it costs now to make regular copies, but all I know is I got about 52 copies and it only cost me like $7. That's a discount right there. But that's not the only thing that our member perks does as well. You can also save on travel as well as car rentals. Again, it's on everyday things. School started back. We even saved on back to school items. My kids are athletes, so we had to utilize the Adidas, as you see right there on the screen, as well as some other discounts as well too. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over now to my business partner, Mr. Jim Tanner. He's going to share with you a little bit of more information, and I'll turn it right over to you, Mr. Tanner.
So Nora Danzler, thank you very much. I just love, every time I've been doing this, it'll be 20 years in February. And every time I see that first part of the presentation, I just get so excited about what you and I do in the community right now. And I know that you're here as guests today because someone invited you to see this opportunity. And I'm going to share with you the opportunity and the compensation plan. But the fact is, the reason that that the opportunity makes sense is because the membership makes sense. It's within reach of the consumer. And with member perks, which you're seeing on your screen right now, what you're doing is you're allowing this incredible suite of services to be within reach of even more people. As a matter of fact, in my household right now, we realize more savings through member perks than the investment every month in our Legal Shield and ID Shield membership. Whether it's the travel or the software, the hardware, whether it's the gym memberships with the Disney Plus and all the stuff that comes with running a family, the savings is real. And our average associate and member saves $49 every single month with member perks. That's powerful. Now, I think about when I first saw this membership, I was 19 years old. And I remember signing up for these services because it just flat out made sense. I remember when I saw this presentation, I said, if this person says a price I can afford, I am getting this. I'm sure a whole bunch of you have already had that kind of realization in your mind today. And I remember the first time I used my Legal Shield membership and the feeling of empowerment I had at 19 years old. See, I had a landlord tell me that I wasn't getting my security deposit back. And you know what? Less than 24 hours after those words left his mouth, I was holding a check in my hand that he wrote. Why? Because of Legal Shield, because my attorneys advocated for me, spoke for me, wrote a letter and overnighted it to that landlord and let him know that I wasn't going to be bullied or pushed around because I had access to my rights. And that at the core is what we do. We provide people with peace of mind. And I'm going to share with you our compensation plan, but I want you to know the reason our compensation plan should be exciting to you, the reason that our opportunity to earn income should be exciting to you is because of what we do on Main Street USA every single day. And I'm going to share with you our Wheel of Opportunity in a moment. But let's say you're a new associate and you sign up a family for these services that Sonora Danzler just went over. You help somebody discover that Legal Shield and ID Shield exist. They go to your website. It takes about 3 minutes for them to do this. By the way, they sign up to protect themselves and their family. And you're earning, as a brand new associate, $70 right away. Now, as you'll see on the screen, I also, because we want this to be completely transparent, full disclosure, the cost for you, the investment to launch your own Legal Shield business is $49. Now, a whole bunch of you are waiting to hear me say, no, just kidding, it's $49,000 or $4,900, but it's not, it's $49. As a matter of fact, that's less than the administrative costs our company incurs to set you up, which means, I want to make sure this is clear, that our company is investing in you as a new associate from day one. And we continue that investment because you're funded on day one for your new business with a 1-year advance commission, meaning you don't have to go to the bank with a business plan and try to get a loan. And you don't have to go to angel investors and give away part of your business and give them that to try to be funded. You are funded on day one with 1-year advance commission. As a matter of fact, we're going to use this 6490 plan, the Legal Shield and ID Shield for a family. This plan, when someone signs up on your website and they start a plan for $64.90, the company is sending you more money than the customer just did a transaction for, $70. And I remember when I saw this, I saw the membership at 19 years old. I was 28 years old when I saw the opportunity that I'm sharing with you right now. At that point in time, when I saw this slide for the first time, I had told so many of my friends and family and coworkers and people I respected and cared about Legal Shield. And I want you to know there's a lesson in that. Now that you know that Legal Shield and ID Shield exist, you're going to tell people about them anyway. So all I'm showing you today is how you can get compensated for referring people to the services that you're going to tell people about anyway. I told my mom and my grandparents and people I worked with about these services because it was the right thing to do, even though I wasn't involved in the business because I didn't know about the business. But when I discovered the business and I saw that I could, for the first time, be finally in control of my own finances and my own destiny, I couldn't get started fast enough. See, I was working 2 jobs. I had a full-time job during the day, delivering furniture, and a part-time job at the mall at night. And between those 2 jobs and commuting, that was 80 hours a week of my life. Now, that's fine. I didn't mind working hard. The problem was that those 80 hours, at the end of the week, I was routinely choosing between food and gas for my car. And I just said to myself, there must be a better way. Some of you are in a position right now where you can recognize that pain, where you're saying there's got to be a better way. And that's what I realized when I saw this, that there is a better way. And so I'm going to show you our compensation plan real quick, but I just think if the entire opportunity was you protect a family and get $70, that would be a presentation worth you considering getting started with us. But that's just the beginning of the story. And by the way, when I delivered furniture during the day, when I worked at a GNC store in the mall at night, somebody else decided when I got a promotion, when I got a pay raise, and they usually decided I didn't. But in this company, you get promoted when you decide, protect a few families and move up from the associate level to the senior associate level. Now you're earning $90 every time you protect a family with these services. By the way, if you do that in your first 20 days or less, earn a $100 fast start bonus. But I want to talk with you about our executive director level, the top of our compensation plan, where you're maximizing this, the potential of this plan. You qualify monthly for executive director, and you can earn $370 every time somebody goes to your website and signs up for these services. Let me pause on that for a second. $370. That represents a 1-year advance commission. Our company pays those commissions 7 days a week, not Friday, not every other Friday, not the third Wednesday, not the second Tuesday, not the first blue moon or any of that nonsense. Whenever there's an event in your business where money should be coming to you, the money comes to you. It's dropped directly in your checking account. And by the way, at $370, if you signed up 5 families a month, that's $1,850 a month. That right there is a reasonably attractive and exciting part-time side business. But if you protected 5 families a week as an executive director, you're talking about $96,200 a year. And one of the ways that you can be compensated in our business model is that you can build a team. So just like an insurance broker or a real estate broker, you can have the leverage potential. For example, let's say I'm a new associate on your team and I make a sale and you're my executive director. You earn $300 when I do that activity. I protect a family, I get my $70. The company sends you $300 as an override. By the way, they don't take it out of my money. It's completely a separate bucket, rewarding you for helping somebody get started in the business. Let's say I do that 5 times a month. You're earning over $1,000 in override income. What if you had 5 of me? What if you had 10 of me? So hopefully now you're starting to see the power of the leverage income model as well. So not only do we have 1-year advance commission and bonuses and incentives that I'm going to share a few of those with you here in a moment. Not only do we get paid 7 days a week to create cash flow. I remember when I was first kind of digging out of the hole that I dug myself into by working for other people by the hour, trading time for money, to have those deposits come in the middle of the week, to get money on a Tuesday, to get money on a Wednesday, to get money on a Thursday that I wouldn't normally get for my paycheck, allowed me to start creating space to breathe that, quite frankly, I just didn't have before that. And there's so many different ways for you to engage in our opportunity. You can enroll individuals. You can work with our business solutions team to enroll businesses and protect them with our business plans. The employees in those businesses can get access to our Legal Shield and ID Shield benefits as a voluntary part of their benefits package. And you can build a team. You have on the screen here our Wheel of Opportunity that shows you just how vast and massive this opportunity is. And believe me, when the presentation's over, if you have questions about the Wheel of Opportunity, any one of the leaders will be happy to share this with you. But you can protect commercial truck drivers with a unique legal services package for CDL drivers. We have a plan in place for firefighters, police officers, teachers, and other public safety heroes. We have specialty plans for people who drive Uber and Lyft and folks that own a firearm. We have all of these different ways that we can reach the community and empower individuals, empower business owners to have the same advocacy, the same voice, the same rights as a Fortune 500 company. We have ways that we can help people on the job site live their lives worry-free, and we want to share all of that with you. Now, what we do is serious. We do a serious service in the community. Legal Shield matters. Equal access to justice matters. And ID Shield equally. When the tsunami of identity theft lands at your front door, and by the way, as Sonora said, your identity is not your credit score. Your identity is your name. It's your brand in the marketplace. It's who you are. It's what people say about you when you're not in the room. When that happens and it's attacked, our investigators, our experts step in and restore your good name. When you are being bullied or pushed around and you don't know what to do or who to call, our attorneys, thousands of attorneys standing by that we've paid $1 billion to over the last 10 years to make sure that they're standing ready every time you tap that app. You have this suite of services so that you can live life completely different. And that's what our 4.4 million members do. So what we do is serious. I showed you the compensation plan. Fact is, people are earning great side incomes. People are creating retirement funds for themselves and their spouses and their families. People are changing careers and earning a six-figure or a multiple six-figure income with our business. People are living a life completely different because of our compensation plan. That's serious too. And we like to have fun. And I think we're pretty serious about our fun too. As a matter of fact, our Performance Club program, if you just protect a few families every month consistently, you can earn up to $500 a month in this one incentive program that we have. This incentive is $6,000 a year to you as an associate. And again, whether you're spare time or part-time or you do this as a career, everybody can qualify for Performance Club. And in addition to cash bonuses, you can take trips with us all over the world. Just in the last handful of years, I've been to Atlantis in the Bahamas, to Cancun, and all over the world, really. We went to Disney World on a 5-diamond resort in Disney World. No expenses spared, all expenses paid by the company. We've been to Atlantis in the Bahamas. We've been to Maui, Hawaii. We just got back from Puerto Vallarta. We've been to Universal Studios, where they shut down the City Walk and opened the park just to our associates. I want you to think about how empowering it would feel to bring your family to Disney World and just stroll to the front of the line. That's what happens when you go on trips with Disney, well, to Disney World and Universal Studios and all over the world with Legal Shield and our associates. No expenses spared and the time of your life. Now, in addition to all of that, I should say that we're right now in a position where you can join us on our next trip, which is Montego Bay, Jamaica. We'd love to have you there with you. You, a guest, round trip airfare for two, all expenses paid, your food, your drinks, and your fun. And you can be in one of these pictures with us next year when we're showing these slides. But I've talked a lot, and Sonora Danzler went over our membership. I just want to take a pause here and let you hear from some of the other folks that are winning in our business. So we're going to start by going to the state of South Carolina to Miss Venus Powers. Venus, we'd love to hear your story. Take it away.
Thank you, Jim. It's an honor to be here. I love this company. I love all the things Sonora and I have been talking about in the chat. I have actually a background in lead generation and technology startup companies. And, you know, this company's been in business for a very long time, but I was a part of starting companies that got bought and sold. And, you know, it's fun to watch an idea go from concept to inception and into production. But when other people are deciding when the company changes hands, you know, they're making decisions for your money. They're making decisions for your life. They're making decisions for your family that you have no control over, especially if you're not on that board of directors. And that was unsettling for me, especially when in one instance, I was laid off 9 days before $10,000 in stock options vested. And I was counting on that money, you know, for my life. I mean, it was a lot of money to lose. And it made a big impact on my thought process. And I took some time out of technology and started a family. My children's father became sick and I needed to work from home. And so I got another job working for a lead generation company from home, and it was great. It was going really well. About 6.5 years in, they started making decisions that were not good at keeping their retention. And that was making decisions for my money too, because I was rewarded when I kept a client, or when I got a client to renew their contract, or when we, you know, had clients refer us to other clients. And when that stopped happening, I stopped getting bonuses, and my, you know, $3,000 to $4,000 bonuses went to $250 or $300 to $1,000. And that's a lot of money to lose. And so I started looking for something, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have received a little 20-minute video about this company. And I have to tell you that 20 minutes made a difference in my life. And I learned that I could control my bonuses, not someone else. I could control my raises. I could control my promotions. And I found a team of people who support me emotionally, professionally, spiritually. I found people that are not just my colleagues, they've become my family. And I depend on this company every day for every aspect of my life, not just for an income. And when you find an organization like that, it's worth investing in, it's worth spending time in, and it's worth investing in yourself to be a part of it. And I'm glad that I did that. Thank you, Mr. Tanner.
Thank you very much, Venus. I love your story. I got a couple more stories for you as we wrap up. Let's go to Pennsylvania to Cameron Gatlin. Cameron?
Hi. Hey, everyone. Can you hear me good? See me good?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you so much for allowing me to share today. So my story kind of starts off, I used to live in California and I moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania right when COVID hit. So that was kind of a life change for me. You know, at that moment I was pregnant and work shut down. And so I decided to kind of move a little bit closer to family. You know, it takes a village to raise the family. And I am a single mother. And that was probably one of the best decisions that I've done, including started working here. So when I was ready to get back into the work field, I wanted to find something that I can do from home and still be present and not miss those important times in my son's life that you know, that he's up and growing right now. And so Leaf Shield kind of fell into my lap and I've never heard about it. And I really wish I had a couple years ago because I sure could have used it. I still use it now, but you know, but it has opened up so many doors and a new lifestyle that I love. I love this new person that I'm becoming, right? I've got friends and I've got family. All the associates that you see here in our team, they're all my family, and it's just amazing. And I've been able to really work with people and help them aspire their dreams and help them change their lives and help them change other people's lives with the services that we have. And so in addition to that, now I'm a regional manager for the area of Pittsburgh too. And it's just a blessing because everything that I kind of was looking for, that I worked up towards is here and it's happening. And so it's been great. And I really do love it. And I mean, we're just getting started. So thank you so much for letting me share.
Cameron, thank you very much. And let's go now to Ohio to Mr. John Fehrenbach. John, you kind of kicked us off today. We'd love to hear your story as well.
Thanks, Jim. Hey, I started my Legal Shield business a little better than 2 years ago now. My past is certainly varied. I've done everything from installing auto glass to selling direct mail, and most recently I was involved in the steel business. And then, like a lot of us, suffered, if you will, from a COVID layoff. When I was introduced to Legal Shield, I had put together several boxes that I needed to check for this business or any business really to make sense to me. First off, I knew that it had to have some type of recurring value, similar to the subscription services that Sonora talked about earlier. I knew that this would create a residual income based on my production today, tomorrow, next month, and carry on into future months and maybe even into future years. I was looking for a product or service that I knew that everybody needed and that everybody could wrap their arms around exactly why they needed it. And finally, the business had to be simple and duplicatable. I wanted to be able to help other people be successful. At the end of the day, Legal Shield hits all of those boxes and the results are amazing. Building my business, focusing on recruiting, and my income has grown exponentially year over year. I truly feel that I'm in business by myself, or excuse me, for myself, but not by myself because of this team that we're surrounded by. And certainly proud to be part of this Legal Shield family. Jim, back to you.
John, thank you very much. And Cameron and Venus, appreciate your stories. And as we're wrapping up, because we want to respect your time, I'm just gonna come back to what Sonora took you through in the beginning. The 5 areas you want to evaluate before you leap into anything, before you start anything, you got to have a company that's rock solid. The fact is that, as you've heard before, you know, startups are exciting. Ground floor opportunities seem like the great way to go, but most ground floor opportunities never get off the ground. Most startups never start up. We've got a company that's 51 years plus in business. Rock solid, started for the right reasons, started from a need, not from greed. And a home office and a campus that's there with 700 employees to facilitate us today, but built for decades into the future. Is there a need in the marketplace? Let me ask you a question. Do you think business owners today would benefit from having the same power and advocacy as a Fortune 500 company? Do you think Main Street USA should have the abilities that the big companies have as well so they can compete on an even level? Do you think that the people in your community should have the rights to know what to do in every situation? Do you think that the parents in the community should know what to do when they're having discussions with their school and their children's needs? Do you think that people are tired of getting pushed around and want to have the peace of mind of knowing what their rights are in every situation? Our product speaks to that, because it doesn't just reduce the cost of attorneys from hundreds of dollars an hour to $1 a day. Although it does that, that's not all it does. It also makes the attorneys more responsive. It gives you the attorneys that are experts in the area of law you need an expert in. It creates an environment where you can live your life worry-free. That's what the product does today. And what about the compensation? Again, you're funded on day one with 1 year advance commission, with the ability to earn income 7 days a week to create cash flow. And the one thing I didn't mention, the fact that you own your residual book of business, meaning that every membership that stays on the books pays you for the lifetime of that membership. Now you're creating something that will be a legacy that can last into the future. To do something one time and to get compensated for it for a lifetime is how you create wealth. And what about the timing? You know, some of you probably came into this presentation saying, I wish I got started when Harlan Stonecipher started the company 50 years ago. But today is the right day. With 4.4 million customers, what we do has been proven in the marketplace. The technology is now in place. We went from a laminated plastic card, like a Blockbuster video card with a law firm phone number on it, to a mobile app that allows us access to our attorneys in the most comprehensive way. The customer understands the value proposition, the marketplace is ready, and we are becoming something that is understood when it's revealed to the consumer. Now is the time to be involved. And I'll say this about timing. The T in timing is far more important than the T in talent. We're not sharing this with you because we think you already know how to do this business. We're sharing this with you because we need people that we can teach how to do this business. And you can start part-time, work from anywhere, create a willable book of business, an asset for you and your family. This is a program that comes with the mentorship built in, which includes fast start training classes to launch your business, ongoing weekly trainings with our team throughout the week, and alignment with personal mentors. And yes, in a business that you can start for only $49 allows you to build a business that you can operate from anywhere. The fact is that today,
Jim, we lost you.
The fact is that today you can start your
So-
business.
all you have to do today is get back to the person that invited you to the presentation. They'll walk you through how to enroll in the membership and become an associate. And then we'll get you plugged into the additional training to launch your business. If they're sitting right next to you, high five them or hug them. If they're not next to you, text them right away and say, I need your website. It'll take you about 3 minutes to get enrolled, and we'll get you launched as a member to get these services for yourself and your family, if you have one, to protect you. We'll get you set up as an associate, turn your website and your other technology on so that your business can launch, and we'll get you connected to the training that will help you win in this business. Thanks so much to Sonora Danzler for being my co-presenter, for John Fehrenbach and Venus Powers and Cameron Gatlin for sharing your stories, and for all of you for participating as well today. And for those of you that are getting started after this presentation, congratulations and welcome to Legal Shield.